And we're here with the head coach of the men's basketball team, Sidney Johnson. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Coach, a couple wins over the weekend, Niagara and you got Siena. The team's really rolling along so far.
Yeah, I mean, the Niagara and Siena are good, and we had a tough time beating Niagara up there, and then Siena handed it to us when we came up to them to play them. So it was nice to just play well against two really good teams.
You guys got a huge weekend coming up against two teams that you guys had, late leads in the second half against, but you guys weren't able to close out. How key is it, kind of to get that out of your minds and just go forward and try to get these wins and try to close out, one on the road against Loyola and then at home now against Manhattan?
Well, yeah, I mean, Manhattan comes first. We'll take them in the order they come, and knowing how good Manhattan is and Loyola, I don't know if you get them completely out of your mind. You know what I mean? I think that we have to learn from what, left us short against both of those teams, and then try to, make something positive happen when those same type of moments come up. So don't delete it because, it could inform you for the future, and hopefully it will, and help us get some results. We'll see.
Now it's all the second and third place teams in the conference. That's something the team's looking forward to, trying to advance up in the standings?
Well, I hope that they're focused more on what they've been doing well, because they've been playing incredibly unselfishly and they've been playing for each other. And I think it shows. I'm sure you guys see some of that where we're diving on the ground for loose balls. We make a mistake and we support each other. They've just been fighting for each other. So rather than think about the standings and think about that, or worry about that, focus on what we've been doing to play better, and let's just try to continue to recreate that.
Yeah, now Derek Needham kind of got off to a slow start scoring-wise in terms of numbers, but he put up a career-high 32 against Niagara, and then he went against Siena and had 19, also with a little bummed ankle there. He got a little hurt at the end, it looked like. But how important is it that Derek Needham is really coming into his own at the right time?
It's extremely important. I think with Derek and Rakim, when their energy is great and they're playing hard on both ends, it really dictates who we are that night. There's no doubt about it. And Derek was very good this weekend. Rakim was very good this weekend. And so guess what? Fairfield basketball played pretty well. So we feel like if we can continue with that, we have a shot against some of the teams in our league.
The Siena game really kind of epitomized Derek Needham. He comes off after an injury and just hits a clutch three right after that. Two questions: is everything okay with his ankle, and how important is it just have that warrior mentality from one of your captains?
It's huge. It's huge. Now, one, to answer your question, yes, he's doing well. He came in earlier today, and first thing I asked him, hey, how's your ankle? And he's like, I'm all right, coach. And then the other thing is he is a tough kid. He's physically, he's well put together. He takes care of his body. Our trainer and strength coach, they're really proud of how Derek, approaches the game in a mature way. And, he lifts and he rests when he needs to. And so he prepares himself, and then he goes out and plays hard. So he might have went down hard, but he bounced back up and played just as hard and finished the game well.
How important is it to try to get Ryan Olander going offensively? He's been struggling offensively. The last 3 games, he's only been putting up 2 points a game. Defensively, he's been great. He's been one of the best defensive players in the MAC. But how important is it for him to get going this weekend?
I'm glad you said that about his defense, because he's been spectacular for us. He affects shots. He mixes it up in terms of rebounding on the defensive end, and he's sneaking in there for offensive rebounds. Obviously, if he can put the ball in the basket, it rounds out our offense and helps, take some pressure off some other guys, and that will come. But we desperately need his defense. Like, that can't wane. And there were a couple of games where he was struggling offensively, and he also wasn't defending well. So yesterday against Siena, I was really proud of him that even though he wasn't scoring a lot of points, he was still defending. And, we need that first, and then the offense will come as long as he's playing hard.
Last one for me. The defense has been, really locked down so far. How important is that that defensive mindset for this particular team?
It's huge. I mean, it's huge. I think that we can score. The guys started sharing the ball maybe 10, 12 games ago, where the offense looked fantastic and they were sharing, but we weren't quite defending as a group. We weren't fending for each other, and it shows up on defense. That real chemistry, the kind that you can't really hide from. You just show in terms of your effort. And I thought the last couple of games and it had a lot to do with Derek and Rakim being locked in defensively. It seemed to affect everybody else, and they were locked in defensively as well, and it was, it was really fun to watch. Our biggest thing is we can't get too excited because Manhattan and Loyola are really good, and we've got to be just as good against them.
Yeah, my final question. What does this team need to do, obviously hot right now, 3-game winning streak, to maintain basically the level of confidence and the level of play that they're playing at right now coming into this big weekend and beyond?
Well, one thing I think they have to do is trust the fact that, we've been playing better because they've committed themselves, so trust that, it's not like we came up with anything new. It was just that they really committed to putting out their effort and executing the game plan. So it was really them deciding that that's what they wanted to do. And then the second part, I think, is being very mature. There might be some buzz leading up to Manhattan. There might be some buzz leading up to Loyola. Let's be mature about it and say that, that's not necessarily what we're playing for. We're playing for ourselves. They've really shown it, playing unselfishly and together. Let's just make sure we're staying that way. Win, lose, or draw, and we'll be okay.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.